The owner chose the LS3 480 horse Connect and Cruise package, which is an LS3 similar to what comes in Camaros and Corvettes of recent years, with a GM factory cam swap. They put one of the GM performance cams in it to bump it up to 480 horsepower from the 430 that they are as installed in the Corvette.
It comes with a 4L60 transmission, the LS3, and then all the ECMs and wiring harness that you need to install it in the vehicle. This swap was pretty on par with the others that we've done. We've done this multiple times.
We've been doing them since pretty much the beginning of LS swapping. Between the whole team, we've done all sorts of types of vehicles. So just about any vehicle you want an LS in, some of us have worked on it at some point in time. The good thing about LS swaps is at this point, there's parts available to put LSs in just about any popular vehicle. In this case, we just used some generic LS adapter mounts to mount the engine to the stock small block points. The transmission crossmember in these trucks sits on a flat portion of the frame, so transmission length is not a big issue. You can just slide the crossmember where you need to go and drill a new set of holes. The biggest issue in most LS swaps is the oil pan. The oil pan that comes on the LS3 doesn't fit in much of any old chassis. In this case, we used a oil pan off of an LSA from a Cadillac CTS-V, mostly because it fits really well in these trucks, and it's, being a factory part, is actually cheaper than some of the aftermarket options. Plus, it's a GM part, so it fits well with the factory theme we're going with.
Other things to consider are the cooling system to make sure this thing is keeping itself cool even on the hottest days, and considering it's got air conditioning, and this is going to be used all the time, everything has to work like it came from the factory with this engine in place.
Fortunately, at this point, Holley makes a really nice accessory drive that has OE quality castings. They look just like stuff GM would make, but mounts the AC compressor up high, and the power steering and alternator in a good location for classic vehicles. So this is a factory AC truck, and the owner wanted to get the AC to work. The good thing about air conditioning is that the concept hasn't really changed at all. We were able to match a sand-in compressor that had pretty close to the same output as the original compressor from the truck, and then make some custom hoses and get the AC to work with the modern engine. The last thing we had to address was cooling. A 480 horsepower LS motor with a automatic's going to generate some heat, so we used an Entropy Radiator to make sure we kept up with the air on and all the horsepower, even on a hot day in a black truck. The Entropy Radiator we used is a direct bolt-in, as are many of the things they make. We like them because of the simplicity. They fit in stock locations. They come with good SPAL fans. Most of them are rated for 800 plus horsepower. So anything that's streetable should be easily kept cool by an Entropy Radiator. The truck had a custom dual exhaust on it initially. The owner wanted to keep that because he liked the way it sounded before. So what we did to keep as much of that as we could is we used exhaust manifolds, also off of the CTS-V LSA, because they fit pretty well in these trucks, and made our own flanges and just connected the dots with a couple pieces of tube and bends.